Holy crap, it's been forever since I played this. Oh man, it's been a while. And every single day I've been wanting to play it since like probably day 4 of what I'm about to explain. Pretty much, I was not really taking a break per se, but trying to get a shiny in my like this is my personal 3DS uh, that I do on myself. I only got 3 friends on here, and 2 of them happen to be me. um, and pretty much, uh, I've been trying to get a shiny. I hatched over 1,300 eggs, didn't get a shiny. I tweeted out, did I, should I just give up? And I had there only a few people tweeted me, but more of them said just to worry about it later. Well, funny thing about that, I'm not going to show the picture on here, but if you go to my Twitter, which I always have my Twitter in the description below, I show a picture, and yeah, I less than 100 eggs later, I hatched a shiny. I don't even know how to pronounce it. A shiny Gibble, something like that. The Garchomp line, pretty much. And I was pretty upset because after 10 days of trying to get the shiny, um, gave up. 100 egg hatches later, I get a shiny, but it was of a Pokemon that I didn't want a shiny of. And I also have a picture of shiny Garchomp, like shiny Garchomp, but mega version as well. And I don't want to show that because I might feature that in a video of a random battle one of these days. Uh, I got a team right now. I finally, after 10 days, I gave up. I started hatching other eggs, and I finally made a team like in like 3 days. I just got to level them up and get some items for them. And yeah, I got a team. So hoping to have a stream this Friday. But hopefully I remember to put an annotation right there, like at one point, like beginning of the video or whatever, to skip this whole dialogue. But monologue. Um, but yeah, I was really upset. But it's not gonna stop my trying to find a shiny Greninja. Maybe I just had some bad luck and it took me that long because at the same time someone found like 4 shinies within an hour. So I mean, maybe I just had bad luck or something. And I will try to get that shiny Greninja. In the meantime, I'm using a perfect IV uh, Greninja for my team because literally I found there were so many I hatched so many Froakies that I eventually got Froakie with perfect IVs in every single stat. And yeah, let's talk about overload. If I probably went through all my Froakies, I probably would have like at least one more of those or something. It's not female because you don't find that many females from hatching, and yeah, that um but at least I got a 5 IV female, so it makes things a lot easier on me. But anyways, that's enough of that. Let's get right into Phoenix Wright. Before I start, a few people requested it. No one said, no, don't do that. So a few people requested it, even though not really something I want to do. But whatever. Let's just change it. I still like that suit. Um, do that and head back off and take it from there. And I remember what happened last time. Also, trial day 2. When it says trial, that means that there isn't an investigation. I noticed that as I ended the video last time, so... Yeah, I'm gonna take a guess and say there's not actually an investigation, but just a trial. So, more yelling! So last time, we pretty much ended the episode with overdramatic screams. Because Apollo was found lying on the ground. Like, even though they were taught, like, he was giving signs that he wasn't feeling good, so don't ask me why overdramatic screaming. I would have said, oh no, or something more, like, deep, not a scream. That's overdramatic. Oh no, it's just dramatic, but a scream is overdramatic. Anyways! This isn't exactly how I envisioned the second day of the trial to start. I imagined an investigation or something at least. But given how things ended yesterday... Good morning. The mood sure is tense. Not that that's any surprise. Very tense. Extremely tense. Oh, hey, did you read the paper this morning, boss? Huh? The paper? That came out of left field. You didn't read it? Then you don't know the big news. Somebody spotted an abominable snowman way up in the mountains. Why do you sound so much like a Maya? Right. Tell me you know the difference between a paper and a tabloid, Athena. It might show up in the forest where you live, Junie. So you'd better watch out, okay? That would be my reaction, too. Come on, everyone! Just liven it up a little bit, please! You really should read the story for yourself. I couldn't even begin to do it justice. Justice? Huh? Oh, poor Apollo! And it's all my fault! Athena! I forgot how low or high her voice was, so yeah. Oh, Junie, what was I thinking? I'm so sorry. What we found yesterday was not Apollo's dead body. Thank goodness. I told you it wasn't Apollo being dead. I mean, sure, there's a rock next to him, but it was a courtroom that had been blown up, so I'm pretty sure there would be rubble next to him. He'd been assaulted by someone with a blow to the head and was lying unconscious. Now, see? That makes a little more sense, but, I mean, when you see a rock laying right next to him, first thing I don't think is, oh my god, someone hit him with the rock because he was in a courtroom and he was trying to look through rubble. We rushed him to the hospital right away, and it looks like he's going to pull through. But it was still quite a shock to stumble onto a scene like that. Is Miss Woods all right, Athena? Well, I managed to get her to stop crying, Now she's resting on that sofa over there. I guess she really feels responsible for what happened to Apollo. Poor Junie. She believes that the reason Apollo was attacked is because it was helping her look for something in that courtroom. Oh? Oh? Oh! Anytime I see the word "oh" with a question mark, I think of that case in the first game that I did where it's like, oh? Guess I can see why she'd think that. By the way, how are you doing? Who, me? Yeah, you. I know you're concerned about Miss Woods, but are you alright? Me? I'm doing just fine, boss. I mean, yeah, it was a huge shock, but I'm alright. People who've studied analytical psychology are great at times like these. After all, they've learned how to control their own emotions, too. Somehow, I don't think it's as easy as she makes it sound. But there's no denying she's a real trooper. Apollo doesn't remember a thing, does he? Yeah, he can't recall anything from the time right before he was assaulted. Nothing about what he was doing in the courtroom number 4 or who assaulted him. The doctor said it's probably due to that hit he took to the head. Short-term memory loss. Assaulted in a court of law and losing your memory at that. I know how that feels. Like that first case in the second game. But who in the world would do such a thing, huh, Mr. Wright? Gah! Just wait until I get my hands on that coward who hurt our Apollo! Now, Athena. I thought you said you were in control of your emotions. Let's just focus on helping Miss Woods, okay? But I admit, I am just as upset as you. Okay, boss. You're right. Apollo's assailant can wait until after we clear Junie's name. That's the spirit! Now, let's see. I'd better check the court record one more time before the trial starts. I mean, after all, it's been, what, 2 weeks since I last played this? What do we got? My good old trusty attorney's badge? Man, it looks shinier than ever in this game. We got the autopsy report. Cause of death, trauma to the back of the head caused by impact with a flat object. Time of death between 8 and 11 a.m. Okay. We got the bomb, which was hidden inside a stuffed animal. There's a picture of it before it happened. There's the phony fanny tail, which was actually not the phony fanny tail, but just that rhino. Which I called. I didn't play the demo, but I called it. Oh man, I read that one comment and was like, I did not read that, but it was just deduction. It's like, it was just a stuffed I mean, could have been any stuffed animal. Why are you saying that it had to be that stuffed animal? And then we got the missing remote switch, which starts the bomb's countdown, but it was stolen right before the blast. And now it's missing. And then we got the transport case for the bomb. What do we got? We got Apollo, we got Junie, we got the victim, got Athena. God, he looks freaking arrogant, and he looks stupid. And then we got Ted. Wait, we don't have a picture of Phoenix? That's weird. I remember in the past games, like, after Game 2 or whatever, they started showing a picture of Phoenix. But whatever. Let's get started. If memory serves, when I have more than 6 pieces of evidence, I should be able to switch pace. Yeah, I just did that. Earth to Mr. Wright. I'm ready whenever you are. Alright, let's get ready to rumble. Let's get ready to rumble! Okay, that's copyright, I think. You bet. With everything that happened with Apollo, I didn't have time for a proper investigation. That explains why there was no investigation for the trial. Okay, before the trial. I can't let that stop me, though. I have to get this right, for Miss Woods' sake, and Apollo's too. Let's get started. Where's the courtroom? The audience going. Court is now in session. All rise! Court will now reconvene for the trial of Juniper Woods. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is also ready, Your Honor. With my snazzy classic suit. Now, then, I believe I instructed the prosecution to further their investigation. Were you able to locate the remote switch in question? I'm afraid the remote switch is still missing, Your Honor. I must say, I am disappointed, Mr. Payne. Not angry. Just disappointed. I mean, seriously, you had a whole day, and he couldn't find it in the frickin' courtroom that blew up? I apologize, Your Honor. Aha! Looks like the prosecution is just as unprepared as I am. There is a separate matter, however, that I would like to bring up during this trial. Phoenix, you just jinxed it! A separate matter, you say? And what might that be? I assume you are aware of another incident occurred during yesterday's trial? I'm speaking, of course, of the assault on Mr. Justice in the ruins of courtroom number 4. Uh-oh. Why is he bringing that up? Yes, what a truly harrowing experience it must have been. Poor Mr. Justice. Right in our halls. Again! At the time of the attack, Mr. Justice was not alone. He was with the defendant, Miss Juniper Woods. What? He isn't going where I think he's going with this, is he? The prosecution wishes to indict Miss Woods on a charge of Mr. Justice's assault. Oh man, I haven't heard this music in like forever. Order! Order in the court! Mr. Payne, the incident under deliberation here is the courtroom bombing! The assault on Mr. Justice has nothing to do with this trial. Ah, but I believe there is a connection between this case and Mr. Justice's assault. Please, take a moment to consider these facts. And my hair! Both events occurred in courtroom number 4. This is the location in courtroom number 4 where the unconscious Mr. Justice was discovered. As you can see, it's quite close to where Detective Arm's body was found. The question is, why did the culprit feel the need to maliciously attack Mr. Justice? Seriously? seriously.
Why, indeed. What do you believe their motive to be, Mr. Payne?
I believe Mr. Justice found something in that courtroom while Miss Woods was with him. Evidence that fingered her as the perpetrator of the bombing, just like my finger in my hair.
You mean he found some incriminating evidence?
Precisely! And so, I surmise that the defendant picked up a piece of rubble and hit Mr. Justice on the back of the head in order to silence him. But not for good like she planned. How do you like that, Phoenix?
Junie would never do such a thing. She was devastated when we found Apollo hurt like that.
Miss Sykes, please control your outbursts. I mean, I thought you had control of your emotions.
Ahem! It is the prosecution's belief that deliberating on Mr. Justice's assault, we will draw ever closer to the truth of the courtroom bombing itself.
Very well. Miss Woods is hereby officially indicted on the charge of assaulting Mr. Justice as well.
What? Why are you listening to Mr. Toupee over there? I mean, didn't his hair quite obviously try to pin more false evidence on Miss Woods? Although, considering our conversation yesterday, I think Apollo might have figured out something. Wonder what it was. He told me, I'm going to look for evidence to clear your name, Juniper. Maybe the two incidents really are related after all. Maybe.
I would like to start by hearing from the defendant herself again, so I can badger her some more.
Very well. Bailiff, please bring Miss Woods to the witness stand. This instant.
Saw that coming. I was gonna do it. I was gonna do it if they didn't do it. I'm sorry. I can't seem to stop. Miss Woods. Guess she's still really upset about Apollo.
Miss Woods, you went to the ruins of courtroom number 4 with Mr. Justice, did you not?
Yes, I did.
Good, good. If you would then, please testify about what happened to the court.
Alone with Apollo. During the trial yesterday, I was overcome by a fit of coughing. Apollo stayed with me, and we went to the courtroom ruins together. But then, I was called back to this courtroom to give a testimony. Apollo insisted on staying behind in courtroom number 4. I swear, I didn't attack Apollo! Why would I ever hurt such a kind person?
So, Mr. Justice stayed behind by your side while you were feeling unwell? What an admirable young man! I thought his loud voice was his only outstanding feature.
He only had one game. And that was his most outstanding feature. He may look like a little imp at times, but Apollo can be really nice too. I hope she didn't hurt her wrist backhanding that one out.
But one has to wonder, why did Mr. Justice stay behind in the ruins?
I think Apollo might have figured out something.
Something? What kind of something?
Something to do with the courtroom bombing kind of something, I think.
Oh-ho! New evidence for the case? Was it? That's a very big kind of something indeed!
Yes, a very big kind of something. Sometimes I wonder the judge's vocabulary. I believe so. He mentioned looking for some evidence when I was called away.
Objection! Just as I thought, there is a connection between the two incidents. But the defendant has told a very big, fat lie, Your Honor.
What lie is that? I don't know. I'm confused.
When she learned Mr. Justice would be looking for evidence, she attacked him! She attacked him to give herself the chance to destroy that evidence!
No! I never!
Miss Woods repaid Mr. Justice's kindness with violence! We found the proof of her foul deed there in the courtroom ruins. What? What? That wasn't there!
Was it?
What on earth? Do you see it? There, in front of Mr. Justice's right hand?
Seriously? This was in the, second case of... No, wait. Was it the second? Yeah, it was in the second case of the first game. Where, Maya, as I call her, but I know it's Mia, scribbled, her sister's name when obviously it was a killer.
Witness the message he left us!
It's written in blood! W-O-O-D-S? Why? Isn't that...
That's right, Your Honor! It says Woods in capital letters!
What? Wait a second. Okay, I'm just checking some things. What?
I submit that Mr. Justice left us with the name of his attacker before he fainted!
I wanted to say tainted there, because I saw fainted at the end of the sentence. That's so faked. No! That can't be true! Why would Apollo write my name? And why didn't I see that before? Because seriously, I think we would have seen that, at the time. Because they rushed him to the hospital right after. I call shenanigans. Mr. Wright, the nerve of him leaving that message. Why would he do this? Hey, don't take it out on me. I don't understand it any more than you do. When we discovered Apollo yesterday... Apollo! No! Ah! I'm not screaming. Screw that. I'm not screaming like a girl.
We didn't even have a chance to rush over to him. Oh. As soon as security heard Athena's scream, they ran in and cordoned off the area. After that, they were there in the courtroom number 4 with Apollo the whole time. We couldn't investigate anything ourselves, and had to leave everything to the police.
Oh, thanks a lot! Thanks a lot, Athena. You couldn't have kept your mouth shut, so we could at least have had as sort of an edge to know what was going to happen.
Still, I never thought they would find some bloody writing there. Now then, please, begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
I'll let this go on till after this. Okay, let's see what we got here. During the trial yesterday, I was overcome by a fit of coughing. Let's see, Apollo stayed with me, and we went to the courtroom rooms together. But then I was called back to this courtroom to give a testimony. Apollo persisted. I swear I didn't attack Apollo. Why would I ever search such a kind person? What do we got for evidence? Let's see. Woods. I don't see anything. Let's just start trying to press her. Even though Athena might get mad. Hold it! Do you always cough when you get nervous, Miss Woods? Seriously, Phoenix, you're gonna ask that? Yes.
Mr. Wright, please do not make Miss Woods nervous by pressing her so ruthlessly.
But that barely even qualified as a quasi-question. A quasi-question? Never even heard of quasi before. Quasi. Let's help her relax with a little small talk before we dive into the cross-examination. You know, ask her about her hobbies and her crushes and stuff.
Her crushes?
Really? I don't know about this. Okay, so hold it. Why exactly did you go to the courtroom ruins? Well, we already know this, too. We went to look for my medicine. Wait. Really? Why is this the first time I heard of this? We went to look for my medicine to stop my coughing. Your medicine? Why would your medicine be in courtroom number 4? I dropped it in the heat of the moment. Bum-Rap Riney, he was keeping my medicine safe from me. He has a little compartment that I could put things in, you see.
And Phony Fanny has the same type of pocket. That's where the bomb was inserted.
I had to put my medicine for my coughing fits inside Bum-Rap Riney. When I told Apollo about it, he said he'd help me go look for it. There was so much trouble in there. I was worried, but there was no rubble or anything in front of the witness stand. So when we got inside, Apollo went straight there and started looking for my Riney in that area. This is a long explanation for one press. It was so nice of him to do that for me, in spite of all his injuries. Apollo is so strong and kind, just like the trees of the forest.
The way she makes him sound, you'd think Apollo was some kind of ancient god. Oh. Wait. So that's why you went to the ruins. I see. That seems to be quite an important fact. Please, add it to your testimony, Miss Woods.
Apollo started looking for bum rap writing near the witness stand, where there was no rubble.
Oh! Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. Wait, never mind. Is that right? That's the witness stand. But wait! He should be right over here! Let me see. Objection!
Objection!
So he started his search with the witness stand, you say?
That's right. I guess maybe he wanted to start from the furthest point in the room. He was being so brave and strong.
But that's odd. Very odd. Under the circumstances, he shouldn't have been capable of that.
But he was! And he still is! He might not look it, but he really is brave and kind too!
No, that's not the part I'm finding fault with. Someone has a crush on Apollo. Really? Gee, when did you get that idea, Phoenix? What you are claiming is something that no one should have been able to do. But I think that anyone be brave and kind if they wanted to be, Mr. Wright. True, anyone can be brave and kind. But if you would please take a look at this diagram. With the courtroom in the state, how was it possible to walk up to the witness stand?
Oh!
I see your point. The rubble blocks off access to the area around the witness stand.
Humph! Does such a tiny inconsistency even matter? Perhaps the witness is simply misremembering it.
Great. Now I'm not so sure it matters.
A real man doesn't make mountains out of molehills, you know. Or rubble in this case.
But that's it precisely what Mr. Wright does best. Hey! I call slander, Your Honor! So, was it really impossible to approach the witness stand? I have to say, it's a bit hard to tell with any accuracy from just this diagram. Mr. Payne, do you have any other photos of the crime scene?
Let me see, Your Honor. Ah, yes. I have one more. Here it is. It is a more pulled back version of the photo I presented before.
Okay. Huh? What's that hunk of metal on wheels? That's the bomb Anyone see 5R? 5R? Okay, let's get that off the screen. Not the mouse, there was a bubble or whatever. Mr. Payne, is the metallic object in that photo Mr. Tonate's bomb transport case?
That's right! Is there some problem?
Oh, come on. Let me at least investigate and feel good about myself after investigating. Then again, I did that with the phony phantom or whatever.
Ah, yes. That transport case was there in courtroom number 4 when the bomb went off. It must have been there ever since.
Oh, that's it!
Miss Woods, have you remembered something?
Yes, I just realized. Its position. It's different from before.
Its position? The position of what?
The position of that big metal thing.
The bomb transport case?
Yes, when Apollo and I went there, it was in a different place. Where the cases in the photo was open space, so it was easy to search the stand.
I see. So where was the transport case when you and Mr. Justice saw it?
I recall, I think it was more to the right.
To the right? Then that means... Oh... Oh, no. In that case, the case was over there at the time of Apollo's attack? When I think of it like that, you know how the... Nah, I'm thinking too much into it. I'm thinking... This is the first case. I'm thinking way too much into it.
Who cares where the transport case was when? What difference does it make? It has nothing at all to do with what we were talking about.
Where the transport case was has everything to do with this discussion. In fact, it's so important that it's enough to turn the prosecution's argument on its ear.
What?
Well, that certainly sounds very relevant indeed. And you sound as though you know where the case was at the time of the attack. Yes, Your Honor. This diagram represents this crime scene as shown in the photo. And this is where the transport case was at the time of the assault on Mr. Justice. Alright, I have this. The bomb transport case was here at the time of Apollo's attack.
Yeah, I was thinking too much into it. I remember there being a case where it was like, he pointed something out and it was like, that went against me.
Take that! Bam! Your Honor, I assert that this is where the transport case was at the time of the assault. At the time of the incident. But that's...
Inconceivable! Ah! My hair!
Miss Woods, was this where the transport case was when you saw it last?
Yes. Yes, that's where it was.
Thank you, Miss Woods. I'm sure the court has noted an interesting fact about this position. The transport case covers up the writing in the blood. Exactly! If the transport case was in that position at the time of the assault, then no message could have been written there because the case was in the way! Which leads us to conclude that Mr. Justice couldn't have left that bloody writing.
Why should we believe the defendant's claim that the case was in a different position? I mean, she's the one being accused. She's obviously lying.
Objection! The fact that the case was moved after the assault on Mr. Justice is proved by more than Miss Woods' testimony alone!
What? And where is this proof you're talking about?
It's right here in the crime photo. I'm keen to see this proof myself, Mr. Wright. What in this photo indicates that the transport case was moved after the assault?
Do I just point at the tire tracks? Because, that would be what I would think. Just point at the tire tracks.
All the proof you need, right? Oh, shut up. I'm afraid I don't follow.
Mr. Wright, I'm sensing feelings of doubt from you.
Shut up! I had the right idea, but I don't know what to point to exactly.
Which means you're just taking a wild stab in the dark, aren't you?
Shut up.
Ouch. You're good. I bet you can also tell how I'm about to feel in a few seconds, too.
You just earned yourself a penalty!
If the transport case was moved after the assault, there should be some evidence.
But I pointed at the tire tracks!
Great. If I screw this up again, I'll be right back in it. Wait. I mean, seriously, it seems like the tire track. Oh, up. I see it. He hit. It's a very, 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 very small detail, but you can see the tire track went right over his cloth. Please take a look at the mark that runs over Mr. Justice's bandage right here.
I see it, but what is it?
Seriously?
This mark was made by one of the casters from the transport carrying the bomb. As the case was moved, it ran over his bandages. In other words, the transport case was originally to the right of Mr. Justice. Then, after Mr. Justice was assaulted, boom! The transport case was moved. What? Just as Miss Woods said, the case was covering the writing at the time of the assault. Therefore, it was impossible for Mr. Justice to have left that message in blood. No!
You did it, boss! It was a real nail biter, but you pulled it off!
Yup, that should bring down the prosecution's claim, like a house of cards.
Or like a Jenga set.
Order! Order in the court! Mr. Wright, that was a very clever deduction!
Aw, it was nothing, Your Honor.
Nothing but pure genius! Take that!
Boss, I'm sensing a definite smug and braggy vibe coming off you.
Shut up, Athena! I have just one question, Mr. Wright. Yes, one question. But that question will have to wait until the next episode. Or in this case, the next part.
I hope you all enjoyed. And just in case, with this snazzy music, let's save it, and just in case the recording goes bad, and I will catch you all in the next part. Hope you all have a great day.